Good morning, dear friends. This is Lady Sylvia, and I wonder how many of you collect and enjoy old photography. I do. I hope I tempted you with my short yesterday of this little Civil War period. Oh, how beautiful. I love this case. And this little girl, well, she's a lady, Hattie Tuttle. It's very unusual to find them identified. She has the pink tinted cheeks that they did back then. I love that. I actually have a gem tintype, which is very rare. I have a gem tintype photo album downstairs in my doll room. I have to go out and get it. But these are upstairs, and these were molded leather with glass. And the little glass balls would prevent it from hitting the table. Look at how beautiful. Even the clasps were beautiful. But this one is really special. It still has everything in it. Even the instructions, how to trim a card, how to trim the photo. But this one, inside, look at this. Someone actually pencil sketched a portrait of a lady named Josephine. Isn't that amazing? Look at the jewelry, the cross. She has a feather in her hat. A little baby there. Yeah, I love old photos of children and women. Look at the little doll. Look at that. Love the clothing. A lot of my antique dolls are dressed like this. Now people wonder, why do the children and the women not smile? It's because it took a long time for the picture to actually develop. Sometimes you had to sit for a minute or more. Depends on how early the photography was. And so it was hard to smile and hold a smile for that long. So they're not angry, it's just that it took a long time. Oh, look at that. Maybe two sisters. There was a big fad during the Civil War period to wear what they called military type braiding on your clothing. You saw it, the little child, and here the woman is wearing that kind of cross braiding across her chest there with the buttons. It was actually very popular. Some gentlemen. And remember that to pose for photography, it was a very big deal. It was brand new. So people put on their best clothing, and those people that were poor, this was like their best Sunday outfit. Not everybody had money. Wow, look at that dress. And look at the little boy. Oh my God, it's so adorable. I don't think this is, some people call these, that post-mortem, they have died. I don't think so. I think she fell asleep. But some people would say, they propped them up to take pictures of them. I don't think so in this case. Although they did do that, and you have to understand, that was the only record of their child or their loved one passing. So they would take a picture even though they were deceased because they wanted the memory to remember what they looked like. It was a very sad thing. But very common. Death and disease took so many young babies and children, as well as younger adults. I just love the clothing styles. So an interesting fact is that, you know, you had these beautiful silk gowns, and in order to not damage the gown, women had these things underneath. They had these removable sleeves. It was like a half blouse that went underneath, so that when you perspired, you washed the cotton blouse, but it didn't damage the silk dress, which would be disastrous. Look at her lace shawl. So when people had money, they put on their best finery. And you'll see that with some of the other photos with jewelry, and see these ladies are dressed to the nines. And notice again the removable sleeves. Here, just the cuff peeks out. Here you could see it again. I love her striped socks. And here's a jaunty little boy. So I think that's the last of the photos. Oh no, just one more. Oh, she looks so pretty. So that's that album. And you see the leather. This is molded leather. It's falling apart. I try to keep them as is. But, you know, there's just so much you could do. Another one with the glass balls. This one has these double buckles. Wow. Oh boy, let me try to get this open. Look at how elaborate they did the buckles. Oh, this one's really falling apart, sadly. How beautiful. What a lovely child. Let me move my lamp away so it doesn't reflect so much. Oh, that's so pretty. You know, women would give the kids, the babies, these bottles that weren't sanitary. They didn't know that you really had to boil the bottle and really boil the nipple and make sure everything was sanitary, but they didn't know that. So a lot of these babies died of bacteria transferred from the bottle or the nipple. It wasn't until many years later that they discovered that cholera is a waterborne fecal-oral transfer. So the thing is that it wasn't discovered until after, I think, the Civil War, because Abraham Lincoln's youngest son died of that, is that, you know, wherever you drink your water from, whatever water source, the river or creek, or even your well, you have to run a separate sewer system away from there because the bacteria transfers into the water, and that's where you get cholera and typhoid. And so that's where many, many children died from drinking water that was tainted. And of course, we know now that if you're uncertain about the water source, you boil your water before you drink it. but that killed a lot of women, children, men. And also, let me adjust this. There, that's better. Look how beautiful. Oh, what a beautiful pensive face. Oh, look, she's showing off her umbrella. Oh, I love that. Great photography. I'm ashamed this thing is falling apart. Oh, look at all the curls she had. Wow, beautiful. Oh, that's so sweet. So very beautiful. Oh, isn't that touching? Two sisters. There's a girl with her little big paper mache doll. She must be wearing her mother's jewelry. That's so cute. Oh, look at her beautiful hair. When I was a kid, my hair was so long. And then, I think I was about 5 years old. My mother cut it all off because she thought that I was getting fevers from it. Oh, boy. Old-fashioned, stupid beliefs that long hair was making me sick at night. Look at this. How beautiful with these beautiful buckles. See, you know I'm crazy for buckles, so I had to have this album. Again, falling apart. So sad. Gentleman. Boy, he's got some mutton chops. Look at that guy over there. You see, plaid was very in vogue. It was very vogue. Again, the beautiful sleeves. So these are two gem tin types in their original ornate paper sleeves. Some of them are kind of dark. I don't know, that's the way they developed. Beautiful. He wore your best. He's got his nice vest on, his hat. Usually the men will have a watch fob and chain on their vests. Now, this is a style more towards the 1870s. After the Civil War, the jacket, notice, here you see the more bouffant, you know, it's more blouse, the dress. And of course, she looks like she's in mourning. So many women lost their husbands and their sons and their fathers during the Civil War. So you'll see a lot of women in black and dark clothes. And it was fashionable that back then to have a beard or a mustache or those mutton chop sideburns. See, there, big mustache. Again, mustache, yep. Definitely 1860s, as well as this guy. The gentlemen looked very handsome, and they wore their best as well to the photography studio. Oh, here's three friends, all in their dapper hats and their coats. I think this one has a cane in his hand. And it wasn't for being disabled. Canes were just a fashion accessory. Beautiful young lady with her pink tinted cheeks. And that's what they did with photography back then. It was very interesting. Oh, it's such a shame. These are really falling apart. And, you know, I bought this album because of the buckle. I loved that. I thought it was so beautiful. And again, it has the glass pieces to stop the album from scratching your fancy table. Anyway, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. It wasn't too long. I have a lot more the gem tin types downstairs. But I just thought I'd show you that and hope that all is well with all of you. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I really appreciate it, and I wish you all a blessed day. Take care. Bye-bye.